As long as you don't do the ba-ding, da-ding, da-ding, ba-ding, da-ding, ding, ba-ding, da-ding.
Welcome to the Backlot 605 podcast. I am one of your hosts. I'm Casey Kelderman.
I'm Brian Mensing.
And we are joined here on episode number 46 of the Backlot 605 main show. We are joined by two of our bestest movie friends in the whole wide world.
Two best friends.
Holla.
You heard them. Andy from Fat Dude Digs Flicks.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And Blake from The Killer Countdown.
What up?
You actually have something with you now. I'm
I
going
know,
to keep it with you.
I have an LLC I can promote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of LLCs to promote.
That was...
Nice segue.
Yes, I'm going to plug it because
Wow.
it was a perfect segue.
That's what I did.
First thing I got to plug is me and Blake last night as we're recording this. It'll be out sometime this week. I don't know. We'll let you know on our Facebook page.
Get your shit going. Come on, man.
Yeah. We interviewed the writer-director Stephen Cognetti and the producer Joe Bandelli from the Hell House LLC trilogy.
Nice.
The latest film just hit Shudder. And yeah, we got to talk to him about all three movies. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
They were great guests.
You were probably nerding out the whole time, weren't you?
I think they were more than anything.
Yeah.
Really?
We asked them a question, and they just, we couldn't get a word in at some point. Sometimes, yeah.
It was a good interview.
Yeah,
I really
listen
enjoyed
to
it.
It was really cool. Yeah.
I was bummed that I wasn't going to be able to be here, but I was like, you know what? Having just been introduced into these films, I'm like, nope, Blake is the perfect person to...
Have you seen some of them?
No, I haven't had a chance to. Oh. But that's where just like when you brought up the third one coming out here and whatnot, I'm like, well, shit, I guess I need to be getting caught up and whatnot. But no.
Me too, because I'm glad we didn't go into like plot details of the second and third one because I haven't seen those yet.
Oh man.
I've only seen the first one.
You kind of just like
It's
skirted around it a little bit.
I was the reason Casey saw it, and then now he's
I caught up.
Yeah.
You're like, you need to watch this. Yeah. Shit, I need to watch this.
Okay, I'll keep
I
watching it.
didn't realize there's sequels until he said something.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Mm-hmm. So
Andy, you got to watch all three of them.
I've seen all three of
Yeah.
them, and like it's what's the best way to describe it? It's like a curve, like it just kind of the beginning. I thought the first one is awesome. I thought the first one was so good. Second one, not so much. But we talked about the third one after I was finished with it because I was like, I have to talk about this movie.
Yep,
that was
I have
entertaining.
To talk about this movie.
You're in the chat. You're like, please
Guys,
tell me somebody.
Has somebody watched the third one yet? Please, somebody message me when you do.
It's like what you did with Hobbs and Shaw and me. Right. Tell me when you're done.
We need to talk about this. And yeah, I enjoyed it. The ending I didn't like so much, but I think after talking with you, kind of letting that click, I'm like, okay, I don't hate this. It's not my favorite, but I think it's a really good low-budget trilogy that deserves a lot of extra attention. I think it's fun.
I told him in the interview, I'm like, this is a perfect movie night just to pop in and watch in all three in a row. Like, that's an awesome movie night, and I sincerely mean that, not just because they were on the show,
Right.
but I actually do mean it. They are terrifying. That first movie, we talked about it. I was checking around the corners. And
So surprisingly effective.
Yes.
Like, that was when I was working my night job where I watched a lot of movies on my phone, and I had to tilt it upwards because I was like, I don't want to see.
I watched it during the day and it scared me.
But yeah,
I'm
that's
screwed.
an awesome game.
yeah.
Yes,
They're a fun watch, for sure.
Yes.
All right, so we brought on these two guests because they're going to be joining us at this year's SiouxperCon 2019, The Wrath of the Con.
What the fuck?
That's the dude from
I don't have a soundboard, so Andy is our soundboard.
what's the show on NBC that the guy does that? The girl's boyfriend who comes on.
Oh no, I don't know.
Superstore.
Yes.
Is it
Yes.
Superstore?
Yes.
That's a good show.
All of a sudden, I just remembered. I'm like,
He's like this wannabe DJ rapper.
Yes.
He's like, "Wah, wah, wah."
That's going to be Andy
he
for
does
us.
it so well.
Well, we do our little introduction at SiouxperCon. Just be like,
I am sad. that-
backlot.
And I would have the.
And thanks to my schedule, and just by this right now, I'm going to be so sad. I'm not going to be there to witness all
to
of
hear
this.
Yes.
Oh man.
That's when you need to record this whole fucking thing.
Oh yeah,
and
we are.
I'm not talking audio wise. I need a fucking somebody's going to need to be sitting in the back with their cell phone for the whole time. I need to see this.
We'll try to set something up with
I'll
that.
need Liquid Courage to do something like that.
Who knows what's going to
They do serve beer at the
I just
SiouxperCon,
need
so
people-
I don't know if
front
that's
of
a good idea or not. But
Andy just needs a microphone.
That's it. That's all I need. Give
He's
me a
already going to be
microphone, give me
hating on
2
half the
people.
movies anyway. You
I'm
want to
not
give
gonna
a
hate
beer?
on them. I don't even know what's playing or what's.
We should let the audience know what the hell is going on right
I don't even
now.
know what movies they have lined up. So
Yeah, we'll get to it.
I've sent you
We'll
those
get to it
16.
because
yeah, I'm ignoring it on purpose because I want to go in. I want my hatred to flow blind.
We'll get to feel the rage
Yes.
from the bottom up.
You will feel it all right.
We said we weren't going to be on that topic anymore, Blake.
yeah, before the show started, it was.
We had some. It's not going to air.
It's not going to air. No, it never will.
Never hear it.
All right, so yeah, we're going to be previewing this year's SuperCon, and before we get to that, we're going to do our usual show, then we'll do a rundown of what's happening at this year's SuperCon. First thing, we got to start off with the box office. This week, number 1, Downton Abbey takes that number 1 spot, $31 million. This is surprising to me.
Any of you guys check that one out this weekend? Anybody rush to see it?
I rushed so far to no.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched any of the show, so I would go into the movie going, what?
You know, I think it is really surprising.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. I think it is relatively surprising that it was number 1. I think the box office take, is where it's the most surprising. Because what was it, like 30?
31 is the estimate currently.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But it has a huge fan base.
Yep.
People just love this show, and I have never had a chance to sit down and watch
I know
the whole
someone
thing,
who saw it in character in terms of
yeah?
like they went in looking like they belonged in Downton Abbey. So
The cosplay to Downton Abbey.
Wow.
Screening. That's impressive.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised at the money that it brought in. I'm surprised that, again, like he talks about the fan base.
Yeah.
Like if you think of the fan, like when you think about, all that, because this is only domestically. I'm curious as to what the international side of things would bring along with it as well. But the fact that it took first place.
Would it be big international, though? It airs on public broadcasting here in the U.S.
Yeah,
I don't.
But isn't it a BBC show?
I was gonna
BBC
say,
show
I think
overseas?
It's a BBC show.
I
Overseas.
Is it?
I
I'm-
can't remember.
Oh no, it's
there's
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece Theater.
Yes, yeah.
And I think it is a American production of a British show.
Right.
So I don't know, but I mean, it definitely has a huge fan base in the UK too. So.
It took in 41 overseas, so it's already 72.
Okay.
What was the budget on that thing?
NA.
Oh.
I'm sure it was like
Well, yeah.
$15 million or
Yeah.
something.
But yeah,
And
currently
that's
not
how much
available.
It probably
But
cost to rent the castle.
so I mean,
the house.
you figure that it's already at over 72 million.
It's made its money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily. Number 2 this week, Andy's favorite movie of the year, Ad Astra. $19 million. This 19.2. I got to make sure I put that in there because the next film was just tailing right behind it. But Blake and Andy, you both had the chance to see it.
Yeah,
You both have very different opinions on it
it's
as
really
well.
do.
It's. I'm usually never wrong on movie opinions, so I don't know what Andy's thinking. It's so weird that Andy didn't like this movie. I don't know. I think Andy and I need to have a separate conversation about this movie.
Just a one-day sit-down over a cup of
Not even the one day. Just
We're just gonna do a quick spin-off episode of you two guys bickering about this movie.
No, we need to bicker.
I wouldn't
Okay,
bicker.
okay, not argue. Or,
Well, you
know,
did loathe the movie.
We-
I did. I hated
we'll have
Astra.
a gentleman's debate
Yeah.
over Ad Astra.
Yeah. And I feel like on this, in this situation, I really am out by myself on this one. Like, just hearing a lot of other people how crazy they were about this movie. I must have watched, like, a producer's cut before.
I think you saw Rocket Man with Harlan Williams.
I don't know. Were there space monkeys and,
There was,
and
actually.
Brad Pitt surfing on a piece of spaceship through an asteroid
He
field?
was not
It was
surfing.
surfing, basically.
I would like to say this much, just by quick bringing it up on Rotten Tomatoes.
Don't bring that bullshit up.
No, but just hear me out. He is in the majority.
Of the user reviews. right?
Correct.
Right.
Of 45%.
Andy is a critic, though.
And as of the critics, then you are in the minority
yeah,
because
I know.
that's at 83.
I was thinking about it after I saw the movie, and I have more personal baggage with what's happening in the movie than Andy probably does.
Yeah.
So I identify with a lot of what was happening.
Right. I think, I think it's one of those movies that it really is up to the audience interpretation for it to succeed.
Interpretation.
Yeah, I think the tone of the movie and the themes of the movie I don't feel like they're going to resonate with everyone. I think it's what the viewer kind of brings with them.
I definitely
to the
think
movie.
it's a movie for men.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think so too.
Although my mom loved it.
But it's Brad Pitt.
And probably his best performance ever, I think. So.
I don't know if that squeak resonated.
I know he's getting a lot of buzz for Once Upon a Time.
I think he could be double nominated this year.
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. I don't know. This movie just...
If Andy had a vote in the Academy, it wouldn't be for Ad Astra.
No, it wouldn't. It'd be like, what else did Brad Pitt do this year?
Oh, that 12 Monkeys re-release. Oh, yeah,
I'm on it. I don't care. Eligible.
Oh fuck! I would take hands down. I want a 12 Monkeys re-release.
Yeah.
All right, number 3 this week, Rambo: Last Blood, $19 million.
You're sad that
I should
Ad
have saw
Astra.
Rambo instead.
I am sad. I honestly thought it was going to be the number 1 movie at the box office. Yeah, really?
No.
Stallone's time
I was
is
expecting above 20.
Yeah.
So I think this is disappointing numbers, especially opening at number 3.
And a budget of $50
done.
million.
I actually think that's a really good opening for the movie.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I didn't see this one opening at number 1.
No.
I'm a little surprised that it didn't beat Ad Astra, but... And I don't mean that insulting the movie.
No.
No,
Well,
I just
what I'll
think
just say is it didn't lose by much.
That's right. I think it's just because Ad Astra is an art film and was kind of billed as artsy, and Rambo is like certainly going after.
Machismo.
I'm gonna go to the movie theater and see Rambo blow shit up. And Ad Astra doesn't have.
There's stuff blowing.
There is some stuff blowing.
So basically,
There
what
is
you're
some
saying is those that didn't go see Downton Abbey were literally split. Like,
Oh,
we're gonna go to the
man.
art movie or the popcorn movie.
What
Like that
a
was your
wide-
option.
What a cross section of new releases
Yeah.
this last week.
Yeah.
There's something for
Well,
everybody.
considering when you go into 4 and 5, you're not wrong.
Right? Oh man.
What's 4 and 5?
Number 4 this week, It Chapter 2, $17.2 million.
Where's-
Still has the highest theater amount out of any film that's in theaters right now with over 4,000
I think-
theaters.
I
It still takes a 50% dive.
Yeah.
I've not seen this yet, but I think the consensus is that this is a pretty disappointing movie, right?
I'm
wrong
not
in
disappointed.
that?
I'm not
I was let
disappointed.
down.
I wasn't let down by necessarily the story or how they. It was more of the practical side of the effects.
I guess what I mean is it as good as the first one? Does it live up to what the first one said?
No.
Definitely not.
No.
No,
Definitely
and
And then that could end up just being that this source material only lends itself to that first half of the story. Them as kids. It just might just be that way.
The big complaint I've heard is that the adults, their storyline is just boring.
It's so.
It treads this exact same
it's
water
so
as them as
repetitive.
kids.
Yeah, it's just
They're
it's
doing the
basically
same thing again.
recycled plot beats over and over and over again. And when the movie is almost 3 hours long, you feel those recycled beats.
I'm considering waiting until this 85-hour cut comes out.
I think that's probably the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I still want to see him pull off that whole like I still have more shit to film.
yeah,
I still want to
I'm-
see him do that.
Only if he can first fix the CGI that he put in the second
Yeah,
one, and then we can
let's
film
tweak
some
that.
more stuff.
See, and that's where like for me personally, where my issue falls with Chapter 2 is because the CGI, the way they did everything like that, it for me it took it so much out of it, whether the story is good or not, or whether the acting is good or not. The CGI just takes me so out of it that you're just like, come on, really? Warner Brothers could have done better with this.
I thought it was bad in the first one. honestly,
If
too.
I mean, if you thought it was bad in the first one,
you're gonna
don't go
you're
see
gonna
Chapter
hate this.
2.
I'm not rushing to say it. Trust
Scary Grandma looks like CGI Large Marge
With
from
her
Pee-wee's
dangling-
Playhouse, with her dangling
Dangling boobs.
God.
It was between that and the hobo. The hobo looks so much better in the first one.
Yeah.
It's like they like half-ass in the second one.
What sucks is with that scene with the grandma, how it goes from that terrible moment to Pennywise, like in the room. That was great. That was one of the most chilling moments of the movie, and it is. It's just that kind of change from here's our rubbery CGI and here's real practical stuff happening. And it's just if they would have gone the practical route, I really think it would have helped make it a better movie. The story still sucks.
Between the DC movies and now seeing this and various things, whatever, I'm confident Warner Brothers just needs to fire whoever their
Burn
special
it down, Brian.
whoever the special effects group is. They just need to fire all of them.
I don't think it's that bad. It's not Sci-Fi Channel.
It's
level
pretty
of-
fucking
No,
close.
not even close.
Oh,
You probably would have gotten better CGI out of Sharknado.
That does remind me of my one other critique of Hell House 3. That one little bit of CGI at the end of it. Oh, I was like, no, guys, come on. But everything else is great.
Yeah.
Okay, so number
We're
5.
never going to get away from houses.
Rounding off our top 5, Hustlers, $17 million.
Yeah.
I really want to see this movie.
Oh, my God. It's so good.
I just saw Andy gave it
4 tacos.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And considering
It
the
was
fact
great.
that it's a $20 million budget and just domestically it's already over 60.
Also, it's nice to see Jennifer Lopez do something interesting again. You know, I don't think I've been excited for a movie of hers since, like, The Cell.
Like,
Yeah.
it is just nice
That's
to
such
see
an
her
amazing
have
movie.
a fully fleshed out character that really kind of captures the spirit that she kind of invented for herself when she was rising to stardom.
J-Lo from the Block.
Jenny from the
Jenny
Block,
from the
yeah.
Block,
Yeah. I think she was awesome. I think this movie is fantastic.
So
it is.
when the first week this came out and whatnot, the first thing I read was Jennifer Lopez and Oscar. Could you see it as a possibility?
Supporting
It's-
or what?
Honestly,
I don't know where she plays.
I would
in the
assume
role.
she's the
Supporting?
lead.
she's a supporting role. Constance Wu is the lead character, and
She's
J-Lo
already blow
is
up,
the-
too.
Yeah, Constance Wu is also great in this. I would say, yeah, I think you could see J-Lo in the supporting Oscar category. I think it really depends on what else comes out this year.
Right.
But this is like...
But it's a good,
that kind
solid possibility.
Right. This is like the Marissa Tomei, Joan Cusack from In and Out. This is that nomination. It's a fun role. It has a really good story of, Jennifer Lopez's comeback story. And I think the Academy loves having that kind of success story. I'm totally in line with this conversation of the J-Lo Oscar talk. I think, like you guys said, she'll definitely be up there for a Golden Globe. I mean, she's a huge star, and I think they love those success stories even more than the Academy does. But I just thought she was great. It's just such a lived-in performance, and she is just so cool. So, yeah, I dug this movie a lot. I think it's really
I'll see it
great.
eventually because my wife is dying to see it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so that is the box office for the week. Let's move on to the news. First piece of news we got here. A new poster for Birds of Prey has just dropped.
This is news. I'm just kidding.
This is sort of news.
It's a fun poster.
It's.
I love the fact that she's been owning the shit out of this character, though. At least if you're gonna go over the top, she's.
What is this?
This is for Harley. What is this?
I have no idea what this is for.
For Birds of Prey.
Okay, what is that?
So, Birds of Prey is a Batman. The comic book series is a Batman spinoff. It's like
Female-led,
yeah.
supervillain turned heroes.
Yep, several of the women in
Anti-heroes.
Gotham kind of fight crime. It's like the Huntress.
So who's putting this out?
This is
Warner Brothers.
and
This is
it's-
basically
it'll
a direct spinoff
it'll
of
be
Suicide
rebooted
Squad.
in like 5 years or something.
yeah. I think the poster's fun, and I think I'm excited for the movie. I don't know. It's fun, but it just doesn't really... It's a good teaser poster.
I like the tagline. Is it Mind Over Mayhem?
Yeah.
Is that what it says? I really like Margot Robbie. Like, I thought she was my favorite part of Suicide
Squad. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I think that for the sake of the character and the person they put into that character is that she's completely owning this. And, she's like, I want to do Birds of Prey. I'm going to help produce this. I want to be able to make a good thing out of this here.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm hoping that
Yeah.
she's completely owning this.
It's not someone just going for the buck. It's
No.
You don't think so, Casey?
They're going for the buck.
Oh, yeah.
This poster sucks. This poster is horrendous.
I don't know.
DC has... I don't think the people who make DC movies understand their own comic book properties.
Yeah.
Because the Birds of Prey takes place in Gotham. That's where your dark stuff should be.
Right.
Excuse me, but this looks like a Joel Schumacher Gotham here.
It does. Is that a good thing, though?
Which technically is a Gotham.
It is horrendous. It is, I'm just looking at even... Harley Quinn is fine. It's this version of Harley Quinn. I'm looking at all the side characters. Your villain from the movie, Black Mask, played by Ewan McGregor, is like blowing a kiss. Black Mask is terrifying.
Yeah,
like
Black
he's
Mask is
just like this crime lord gangster in Gotham, and here he's a joke.
Yeah.
That's why I'm worried about this. I don't.
I
They're
hope
like,
that-
I am not worried about this because I don't plan on seeing it. But
I hope that the tone of the poster doesn't convey the tone of the movie.
who's
but,
directing it?
I don't know.
It's a female director.
Yeah.
It's one of her first
And I think
films
female
that she's actually
screenwriter as
working
well,
on.
which
Yeah.
is super cool.
It is, because I just had it up here, Kathy Yan.
Okay.
And as for, there we go, fucking thing. Director, yeah, this is her 5th credit. Dead Pigs before this, and then 3 shorts. Never heard of Dead Pigs.
Do you have the cast right there? I'm trying to remember. Is it Cassandra Cain is one of the characters in the movie? She's one of the Batgirls, and here she's kind of just wearing her untied sneakers and a
Is that who's
jacket.
wearing the red jacket?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Pardon me while I eat.
I don't know what the hell is going on with this poster. It's DC does need to figure out what they're doing. They have a zero. They're tone deaf. They don't understand their own properties.
Needs to scorch earth all their properties and just like get some sort of like
Maybe
groundwork plan in for everything.
Figure out what you're doing
Right.
first. Yeah. And yeah, I'm not excited for this. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, is that I like these characters, and I'm not the biggest fan of the DC cinematic universe. I like these characters. I'm nervous about its, I hope they kind of avoid the Suicide Squad connection, because it's not going to help it, really, at all.
unless they lead into James Gunn's version.
That would be one thing, yeah, because that is something
Which
on the
which way
horizon.
are you thinking about them tying into the first Suicide Squad, like Jared Leto's Joker type of?
Yeah, let's not. Let's.
There's
keep
been
him
like
out.
some set photos of someone dressed up as that Joker, like kicking her out of the house. Type
We'll let
of thing.
that be like the very opening
Yeah.
of the movie, like 5 seconds, and then we don't talk about.
And then you have
Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix Joker comes in
Yeah,
and slits
yeah,
the
let's
other
do
one's
that.
throat. Yeah.
I'm in. It's still, the verdict's still out for me. I'm excited because I like some of the characters in this, but
I like because it's Margot Robbie.
yeah.
She's good.
All right, let's move on to the next thing we got here. Universal has announced that 2 new M. Night Shyamalan movies will be coming out in the near future. He is working on them back to back.
Because we know how Universal and monster anything or horror seems to go as of lately. You think he'll actually pull something off that'll be decent?
Universal, I think,
Well, Split
releases
was-
most of the Blumhouse stuff, right? Yeah. So I don't.
Split
Wait.
was one of his best movies. I
Yeah,
Yeah, and then he followed up with Glass when people were like,
thought. Class wasn't good.
Glass was okay, but he's going back to an original idea here.
He's a good storyteller. I think.
Yeah, it's no matter what it is from M. Night, it's gonna be at least interesting.
The Happening.
Yeah, his movies are never boring though, Brian.
That's
The Happening is hilarious.
That is the best way to describe.
I
The
was
Happening.
bored with Glass, but you're right for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, and The Happening was kind of...
I couldn't finish The Happening. I've actually never.
No, The Happening's hilarious.
Yeah.
You need to watch it as a comedy.
What? No.
Like, we're just trying to get you. We don't want to hurt you.
Your Mark Wahlberg Boston accent sucks.
I actually
It's
think it's good.
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm still stuck in that freaking James McAvoy freaking main accent that I just can't get out of my head.
You got a hard on for that accent.
Oh God, I hated it so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you guys
Yeah, I'm excited.
relatively excited?
Chalk me down. Where's the board at?
Right there, you heard
I'm
it.
chalked up for excited.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. As long as it's a Happening sequel, I'm in.
Yeah, that would. I'd be.
So
there.
the question is, are these two movies related?
They haven't said yes or no to that, and
Yeah.
with the way Shyamalan has been, with Split and now Glass, I think he's trying to keep it a secret himself.
Is that whole thing
undercover
done?
sequel
Is
to
that all-
The Sixth Sense.
Supposedly it's done.
Man, I would love to see Bruce Willis
Well,
fight something else.
But here's the thing, though, when
He
it comes
died,
to...
though, didn't he?
Yes.
Spoilers,
But,
yes.
But here's the thing when it comes to even that, though. I remember when Unbreakable came out, and he said, think of this as my superhero trilogy, where I'm never going to get to the other two. And that you have to leave the rest of it to interpretation. And then, you figure how many years later Split comes out. He doesn't tell you that it's a
Yeah,
sequel.
I thought it was cool.
Right. So, him telling us
Are
that...
you saying in 20 years a
Well,
movie's going to pop up?
yeah.
and
Well,
it's gonna
that's
be a
just it.
sequel?
Like even possibly these two. He's saying, nope, my trilogy is done. But knowing M. Night, until that never comes to fruition and I'm in the ground, I will always be like, well, there's a possibility of a sequel or something happening because he's that type of individual.
Until you realize in his new movie that Bruce Willis pops up and he was dead the whole time. Connects Sixth Sense and Unbreakable
I will
together.
see any movie he does
what
as
a
long
twist.
as there isn't some like 9-year-old white kid rapping at the end of the movie. So
I would see that one probably even more. Which one
Have you seen The Visit?
The Visit.
Oh my God, that's right.
I was more turned off by the poopy diaper. Poopy diapers.
When we realize that the guy from Unbreakable is the dead guy from The Sixth Sense, can we get Haley Joel Osment to come in back as well?
He can be a super villain. Yes. All right, let's move on to these new trailers that we got here. The first, both of them are for these new Netflix. One is a series, one is a film. The first is the Netflix series Living with Yourself, starring Paul Rudd and Paul Rudd.
I see Paul Rudd and I'm in. And I don't even know what this is about.
It's interesting.
Yeah, so basically Paul Rudd, he's down on his luck. He's trying to find a way to better himself, and he goes to this...
He's depressed, I think, too.
Yeah, and he goes to this massage place that is supposed to better your life, make you a new person. And what ends up happening is that after he leaves, 2 Paul Rudds are now in this universe. And they both don't know who's the real Paul Rudd and which one isn't.
And one, yeah.
Yeah.
One's a lot happier and outgoing and... it's a complete opposite of who he was or whatever, So
yeah, and the other one is more depressed.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I thought was interesting was it kind of plays off like a Charlie Kaufman movie. I got like a lot of being John Malkovich.
Say, is this more adaptation than Multiplicity?
Yeah, I think so.
I would go for a Multiplicity remake.
Yeah, so
I do, but I don't.
It starts off as like this Charlie Kaufman, Spike Jonze thing, and then it slowly evolves into almost like a Jordan Peele.
Yeah, it slowly develops like a thriller at the end.
It's going to be like a slasher movie in some way. It's you got to watch it.
I'll have to watch the
you
trailer for
piqued
this.
my curiosity.
After watch, I was
And
expecting it's Paul Rudd and Paul Rudd acting together.
What's the song they play in the movie? It's an old
I don't
school
remember.
soul song, but like the way the song builds and then the way like it turns dark.
Did they do the same thing like they did in Us?
That remixed it? I
Well,
don't
yeah,
think
because
so. I don't
they
know.
in the original trailer they had put 5 on it.
I don't even know what song that is. So
It's a good song.
yeah, I don't like it.
But I mean, he did the exact same thing where he built this, weird into the trailer, and everybody liked it so much for Us that he actually put that into the finale of the movie.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen this yet, but
Yeah, I think as long as it's a vehicle for Paul Rudd to actually stretch his acting ability, because
I'm not a big fan of Paul Rudd.
I am, but I'm like as this trailer started to develop and it started to turn into that thriller, I'm like, yeah, give Paul Rudd a little bit more to do.
Yeah,
Let him.
I hope he plays airbase in this. Like,
Not a big
Slap at the
fan
bass.
of Paul Rudd.
sorry.
No, but
No, like I have no issues with him. I don't have the man crushes that everybody else has on him.
you
it's
make
the same
me
guy in every
you
movie.
make me think of one of my things I always say for the sake of a horror movie is Casey's over here talking about him stretching the idea of what he's capable of and whatnot, is give Paul Rudd, who is absolutely known for comedy and the humor and everything like that, and give him a villain, give him a scary movie, give him something where you get to the end of it and you realize that he's going to be the guy that you're afraid of by the end of it, and some of your most funniest people are some of the scariest if you give him the right thing.
No, yeah, no. I mean, he looks good in this.
Have you seen his acting in The Curse of Michael Myers? That's scary.
Oh, that was also the
I have,
80s.
but don't remember.
No, that was like mid-90s.
Oh, was it 90s?
Right around
96 or
Clueless,
95, yeah.
Yeah, woof.
What?
Yeah, I
Halloween
highly...
or Clueless?
Halloween.
No, Clueless
Okay.
is great.
The Halloween 6? Yeah, 6.
Only because I was gonna say if you're going woof to Clueless, I'd be like, you're fired.
No, Clueless is great. Let's move on to the next trailer. I highly recommend that you guys both check out
I'll watch this
Living with Yourself. That one will hit Netflix October 18. The next one is a In the Tall Grass trailer. And this one stars Patrick Wilson, based on the novella from Stephen King and his son, Joe Hill.
See, for that alone, it probably has my attention.
Because you heard the word Stephen King.
Stephen King and Joe Hill. Lock and Key is a comic book that Joe Hill is responsible for, and holy shit, that thing is amazing. It makes me want more lock and key, I would say, more than anything else. But with those two names attached, I would see this without even having to see the trailer.
It looks like a fun trailer. Kind of looks like a throwback to like 80s Stephen King movies.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of The Raft a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
It reminds me a little bit of The Raft, a little bit of Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Kind of mixed into one.
I think it looks like garbage, but I'll probably still watch it.
It looks like something I'll just throw on during October just because it's Halloween season.
Yeah, I need to fill some voids in that month, so that might be
October 4th.
And I like Patrick Wilson in the horror genre.
He's all right.
Yeah.
He's not bad.
He's aight.
You don't have this on your list, but I just want to throw this out there. Did you guys watch the trailer for El Camino?
Nope.
New
Avoiding
one?
it.
Okay.
There's a new. The only one I've seen so far was the one with Skinny Pete.
No, there's a new one that got released
There
yesterday.
was a new one that
I
came out last
don't
week.
even need it because I will watch this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And it's another one that's just a teaser. It's like a minute of
Isn't he
something happening.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't need. Yeah, I'm with Brian. I don't need to see anything to be there. Like I watched the series twice. I'm gonna watch the movie. Mm-hmm. So even though I don't like these whole let's see where they go next. Like, I don't really know where Pinkman goes.
but that's one thing I did like about where they're like if he was gonna come back to these characters and whatnot, that he didn't just kind of mull over the Walter White thing and whatnot. What happened? Did he live? Did he die? Whatever the case is. It's literally like, okay, we're moving on to this. We're going on to essentially making the supporting character the primary character.
But I'm pretty sure Walter White's in it.
Hopefully, like a quick flashback.
Right.
Yeah. But I
think what's so attractive about the series is how vital that relationship is. So I'm very curious as to where this goes without Walter White as a primary character. Yeah. Because he's such a fascinating person to watch.
He is, but I also think that Aaron Paul completely owned the Pinkman character.
No, I'm not disagreeing.
But I mean, the fact that I think he'll be able to hold the weight of those shoulders, if you will, for this.
But are you saying that you would rather watch this than like those two together? Or
oh no, I mean, if given the ability, if they were like, oh nope, Walter's alive and kicking and whatnot, then
I don't see like
maybe. I mean, it depends on where they take this movie.
From Hell thing happening where like Walter White like clearly dies in the series. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he was shot 85 times, but he survived somehow, like here he goes. And it's like
meth.
I don't know. It really is the best stuff. But like, I don't know. Like, and this is just me. I just don't like this whole like where things end, and then 15 years later it's like, well, geez, where are these people at? Like just leave them be.
Speaking of reboots like that,
if they could do that to Dexter and correct the ship, I'd be okay with that.
I haven't watched that, so I don't know, but.
You ruined my segue. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Speaking of things that are brought back from the dead.
Casey's conversation.
Yes. Me in this conversation. Fede Alvarez is set to produce a direct sequel to Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Wait, what is this? This is a sequel? Or is it?
They're going the Halloween 2018 route is what it sounds like.
So they're skipping over
which they've already done like 3 times.
I was gonna say
no.
I actually think different studios own the original and the second one.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's why Chop Top has never showed up after 2, and he's the best part of the series in my opinion. But yeah,
this is terrible news. There hasn't been a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre probably since 1985 or 86. I don't know why
Massacre 2 would be 86.
I don't know why this terrible series is continuing. It's ridiculous. Sorry, I'm just going all in on this.
I have such a soft spot for Leatherface. I think the Leatherface.
Wait, the movie Leatherface?
No, the character Leatherface. Okay. And the Michael Bay produced
New Line ones
remake stuff. Not great, but I still kind of enjoy them a little
I like
bit.
the 03 one. I think it's all right.
Yeah, I kind of enjoy it. I think it's like a Texas Chainsaw for the MTV generation,
Yeah.
but it doesn't hold a candle to the original, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and I'm not happy that this is happening.
I don't know what these producers keep thinking where it's like, oh, this one's going to work. This is the one that's going to work. And like, oh, 5 years from now, we better reboot that and try again. It's like,
because
take that $10 million and give it to somebody who's like hungry to make something original.
And with this series, they just keep throwing them out there.
Yeah.
Like, because there was after there was like Texas Chainsaw New Beginning. Is that what it was called?
The beginning.
06. Then there was Texas Chainsaw 3D. And
13.
Oh God!
So,
what was the other one? There wasn't a Leatherface.
Yes, Leatherface. I don't think that even got a theatrical release.
No.
Yeah.
Let it go. Like, let the first two exist and be amazing. Let's pretend the Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger one is just kind of a cult little novelty thing. And
it did get a theatrical, well, at least, if anything, a limited one. It made a whole whopping $5.5 million.
Wow.
So maybe a 3-night thing, like Fathom events, maybe. I don't remember. This was bound to happen, though.
Of course.
I mean, everybody's going to be jumping on it, especially after the success of 2018 Halloween. They're going to be doing this with any series that they can. So the name Fede Alvarez attached to it at least gives me a little bit of hope that at least you have someone...
Was he the Evil Dead remake?
Evil Dead, Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe is fine.
It's fine.
Evil Dead was... I thought it was terrible.
I think Evil Dead is one of, if not the best, remakes of an 80s slasher.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again. How about that?
But that's okay. One of my favorite remakes is one I think that you don't like as well, and that's that Japanese horror movie about the videotape.
The Ring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the Ring, he's the Ringu.
After 7 days, it puts you to sleep.
I love Ringu too. I think that's a fun American version. Anyway, but yeah, I like Evil Dead. I think I liked Don't Breathe. I can't remember what it was right now.
Don't Breathe is good until...
Stephen Lang.
Was that Turkey Baster?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It was good until Turkey Baster.
I love Turkey Baster.
I didn't mind it, Turkey Baster. I
thought it was crazy enough that it worked.
Yeah, I thought it got wild enough to where its own like weird manic energy was okay.
But I would rather have Fede be working on that sequel than this, but I don't know where that is in production right now, or
what
the
else
Evil
can you
Dead
do,
sequel.
Though, with another, it's like the concept of Don't Breathe is just like fine the way it is, like just leave it.
They pretty much tease that there is room for a second one.
You don't need it. No, I'm okay with that ending like that is like, oh, what's gonna happen next?
It's also like, did we need 6 sequels to Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No, we just needed the one.
No.
Yeah.
I know it's weird. Like I have a problem with this, but this happens all the time with movies. I don't know.
That's why I'm like, if there is an actual name that I think will care about it, then maybe there's some hope.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Yeah. I will probably see it, especially if it goes to theaters. So
it can't be worse than Texas Chainsaw 3D. So we're good.
Yeah, because all the ones that come to the theaters in 3D seem to do so well.
3D and 47-year-old Alexandra Daddario in that movie.
Oh man.
Her character is supposed to be like 50 years old, according to the timeline.
Ugh.
Anyway, that's the news for the week. It was okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's news.
There's news. We got bigger news to talk about though. This year's SuperCon 2019, The Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath of Khan.
Thank you.
There we go.
Someone needed to do it.
Yeah. There's a Shatner mask if you need to do it full Shatner.
Oh man.
But
with Ricardo Montalban hair, by the way, from that movie.
It's always just so disturbing. Just stares down at you.
Yep. All right, so we're going to be previewing this year's SuperCon. We're going to be talking about some of the biggest guests that they have, some of the big events that are going on, the attractions, everything happening. So I made a little list. We're going to start off with the guest that we have coming to SuperCon this year.
Talk about the biggest guests that are coming.
And I would just like
Us.
to
Us.
I'm looking at this year like the little list. I'm like, bullshit, this is a little list.
Little list.
Yes, we are going to be a SuperCon.
Let's do it.
Let's
What?
we're the best. We should we're the main event.
Not the wrestling. That's not the main event.
No.
We're the main event.
Right.
Yeah.
Billy Gunn is going to
Man,
come over to you and
Billy
beat the
Gunn
shit out of
And
you.
I'll give a chair shot to anybody who disagrees.
Right.
You might need a chair for what we're going to be doing, Blake.
The fat dude will be bringing the mandible claw.
Oh, I swear to God, if you wear a Mankind mask to this,
If you do that, my wife will require you to have Sacco with
Do
you.
I? Oh my God, I would do that. That would be.
you should
easier to
cosplay
find.
as Mankind.
All right.
He's thinking about
I
it.
got to think
No,
about this.
you got to do Dude Love.
You should be Dude Love.
Oh,
Everybody
I've
should
got
go as a
what?
Mick
I've got
Foley.
4 days to pull something together.
You can do it.
I do have
Yes,
tie-dye
I can
shirts
make
in my
this
house.
happen.
For the
Yeah.
record.
All right.
Like, there's a couple of those you could easily do in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
A flannel and some baggy pants. That's
He's
all
the
you need.
everyman.
Yeah. Bang, bang.
Boom.
All right, what we got going on, we're going to have a booth there is the first thing we got to talk about. We'll be there. This event, first of all, is happening September 27th through the 29th at the Sioux Falls Convention Center here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And the event starts at Friday at noon, I believe, is when the doors open for Friday. And that will be going all weekend up until Sunday at 4 is when the convention ends. So we'll be there that entire time. We will have a booth. You can come talk to us, come chat movies. We'll be doing a little live streaming, maybe some recording at the booth as well. Yeah, what else do we want to plug at the booth? That's about it, pretty much.
Come say hi.
Come say hi. Come talk to us.
Come
Yeah,
see us in person.
yeah. Talk some movies. We want to ask you what's your favorite movie, or what do you guys think about some of the newest releases? We'll talk to you. And
What
then,
did you think of Ad Astra?
Make sure Andy is not
It
there
was
for
so
that one.
wonderful.
No, I'm gonna-
Andy sucks.
I found this guy. Bad dude digs flicks.
Fuck that
I'm
guy.
burning that sticker.
That motherfucker doesn't dig
I'm never
nothing.
watching a Last Stop video again.
Tacos suck anyway.
Why shouldn't you review it with pizza? Pizza's better.
Wow, that just went.
Yeah, this was-
that just went in a different direction.
That did.
This sounds like it's very like this has actually happened before.
I will neither confirm nor deny that such a conversation has happened.
All right, so and then Saturday night we have something really cool going on our end. I believe 8:30 is that the correct time, Mr. Brian?
I think so.
You think so? 8:30 is what we'll say it is our start for this. This is going to be, I dubbed it just today while I was writing the notes. Backlot 605 presents Super Screenings.
Super screening.
Yeah, puns. We're going to be doing some independent movie screenings. We're going to be bringing 3 of them here to Sioux Falls, along with 2 of the directors there, live in person to do Q&As. The first one we will kick it off with is Mr. Pointy. From a friend of the show, Dominic Winnicky. He has been on to talk about horror movies. He'll be on the Killer Countdown very soon. And if you guys haven't watched Mr. Pointy yet, it's a fantastic short film.
Such a fun short.
And yeah, Dominic will be there to talk about the movie. And yeah, it's seriously, if you haven't watched it, come see it on
If
the
you
big
haven't
screen.
watched it, don't watch it.
Don't watch it beforehand. Come and watch
Just
it.
watch it.
Yeah, so Dominic will be there to answer any questions and anything you want to talk to him about. He is a wealth of movie knowledge, and yeah, it'll just be fun to have him there. The second film that we will be screening is Pandemonium from our friend Brandon Lunsman. So he won't be there because he has a little feature film that he will be screening at the South Dakota Film Festival.
He's going to be too busy trying to win more awards.
Yeah, so what awards did he win already, Brian?
Best feature from a new. How did I forget how the fuck they even
Best
said?
first
From CinemaFest, but yeah, from like
Yeah.
best first feature at CinemaFest.
Yep, and then he also won Best Feature Film overall at the South Dakota Film Festival, so that will be...
Isn't that the one that he's going to?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they already announced the winners.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah. I think until the South Dakota Film Festival becomes something like TIFF and Venice and stuff like that, they'll probably give the awards away first.
Yeah, because they're going to become like TIFF.
I really
you
hope.
never know.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think it'd be really funny if you went up there and they yeah, and the winner is American Hood Rat, and then it's like, oh wait, no, it's Moonlight. Like that'd be really funny. Like
That would be funny.
We didn't win.
Yeah, so we'll be showing Brandon's short film Pandemonium that he did.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's a... I put it much like the same format as The Office or Parks and Recreation, but it's set on a movie set. So imagine that same format on a movie set.
It's great.
It is great. It's a fun short. It's hilarious. And yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch it there. And then the final film that we got going on is a feature, not a feature, excuse me, a short film from director M.G. White. He was on the show to talk about his feature, Everfallen, a few months ago. The short film that we will be screening is titled The Ghost in Her, which was shot entirely in Sioux Falls, South Dakota at the old Crosstown Vinyl that has now since moved. But yeah, the entire film was shot in Sioux Falls here on location. And yeah, it's all about life in a record store. And yeah, it's a fun watch.
Nice.
So yeah, Mike will be there in person to do a Q&A as well as hype up his feature film, Everfallen.
And why are we getting Everfallen and getting Ghost in Her?
because we'll be at the premiere for Everfallen. Me and Brian will be there. We'll be doing a little live stream of the pre-movie red carpet, asking some questions, and then after the film is over, we're also going to be live streaming their Q&A.
Nice.
Yes.
Are you guys doing the Q&A, or are you just
We're just there.
you're just there? Okay.
We're just there,
Just
hanging out, looking good.
You know, we'll just be RJ and
But
Silent
you have
Bob
the
in the
exclusive
corner.
rights to the Q&A, is what you're saying? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Maybe.
They said come, and we're like, yes, we'll be there.
Cool. We're gonna tape it.
I
be there.
I really should.
I have
put
a
that
phone. I'll film
Bringing
it.
no cameras.
So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. So Dominic and Mr. MG White will both be there to answer your questions about their films or any other questions you want to ask. If you want to be a filmmaker, these are two of the best guys I know to ask questions to. So yeah. Any other final thoughts on the screenings, Brian?
No, I think it'll be very entertaining. I wish I could be there for them.
Yeah, Brian's ditching us.
God, I don't want to. I just have poor scheduling skills for the month of September.
All right, and then right after that, so that'll be at 8:30 Saturday night, the 28th, and that will go till about 10:30, and then at 11:30, this is where our friends over there across the table glaring at me, Blake and Andy, will be joining us.
11:30.
11:30 at night, Midnight
So
Madness.
what Casey doesn't understand is that I'm old, and I
Past his
have
bedtime.
a 5-month-old. So my bedtime is like 7 o'clock.
We're gonna have to pump some energy drinks into you.
I'm gonna have to have some coffee before I come to that.
Spring.
But I'm excited because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but what we got going on, we call this movie madness. We did this with sports movies a few months ago. We're gonna do a comic book bracket, very much in the same vein as March Madness. 16 films, one will come out on top. It's like Thunderdome.
Leave my bracket alone, bitch. He's upset at me.
I am upset because there is a movie that I think needs to be on there because it is my personal favorite comic book movie of all
What
time.
happened?
I don't
Well,
know what happened.
There was a list of movies. I took said list of movies,
Yeah.
and I had them graded.
Okay.
And he's just not happy where the graded ended up.
So does that mean that something that was great got left off the list?
Spider-Man 2, yes, did
Oh.
get left off the list.
I'm totally
I
devastated.
would have voted it off.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, well.
No, I'm kidding. No, it's Raimi's Spider-Man 2. Which I think throws a fun wrench in it because
Yeah.
now I have no idea what I want to win.
Right, and I think that's a good one, too.
I think
because
I think I know what
a
I
lot of
want to
people
win,
love that.
and I'll be that wrench.
Do you guys have any predictions for it? Do you have
How are they
a
gonna-
front runner at all?
Yeah, I do. I have.
Is it
Have you
a
looked-
little
have you
movie
looked
called
at
The
the
Dark
list?
Knight?
It is. I have not looked at the list.
I'm going to make a bold choice that
Bold prediction.
that The Dark Knight will not win.
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
that's-
there's 15 other movies against
Yeah,
it, so
I think
it's.
it's
I don't know. I just have a feeling it might not win. But who knows?
I think it comes down to how each person is going to vote.
Right.
Because
Is it going to be based on the film or how it was adapted from the comic book?
I am not going to be able to have that perspective.
But we will have that perspective
and
on the
that-
panel.
and that is fine. I have no issues with that, as long as they're okay with someone who doesn't read comics and isn't a huge fan. Like, I really need a strong comic book movie to work well, and if it doesn't, then I'm out. So
At least that'll be.
it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I mean, I think that we're going to have a clash of.
Clash of Cultures.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and the reason we'll have that is we're going to be bringing on the guys from Wednesday Comics. Marvin, Alex, Garrett, all three will be there on the show. We're going to have a 6-man group. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think I am going to have to dress up like a professional wrestler for
You're
this.
going to have to.
Really.
6-man tag match.
6-man tag.
Yeah.
We're going to come out with entrance music and everything. Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I have no idea how it's going to play out.
No, I don't either. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think they'll have a completely different perspective than even us three will.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that superhero movie that I love so much that is my predicted winner.
I think
they don't like a lot of comic book fans don't like the interpretation of that main character. So
I think there's a movie that I really love that's on the list. The last time I looked at it, I think was there. So I'm going to push hard for that one.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be fun. 6-man group. If a film is unanimously chosen to move on, it obviously moves on. If we're split down the middle, 3 and 3, That's where we're going to
So-
bring in the audience to vote.
So if it
Alright.
gets to like the fourth vote, then did the other two even just have a say, or
They can quickly say what it
Okay.
is, but
Okay.
they're going to lose either way at that point if
Right.
they choose the other one. So
Yeah.
we want the audience involved. So if you're at SuperCon, be there, show up, and we'll involve you as much as we can.
Your vote might count.
I really can't
Might.
wait to piss people off.
Might count.
And if you are there in the audience, be loud.
Yeah.
Let us know if you hate someone's pick,
Yeah.
especially Blake's,
Yeah.
Especially you.
Hate
especially
us.
mine. Yell at us, boo us,
gonna-
cheer us, whatever it is.
I think.
Ed
Ed
Asher
Asher was amazing.
It's going to be a total heel turn.
Yeah,
throughout
I
this.
definitely think I need to come out with the NWO black and white theme. Now.
Yes. Rocking the air guitar, too.
Oh, does anybody have a belt? That would be the best part. Just bring out a belt.
A Hollywood Hogan belt.
A big weightlifting.
I'm
belt.
pretty sure you could probably ask the guys over at MAP. They probably have one you could borrow.
Oh, man.
All right, so that's what we got going on. That starts at 11:30 Saturday, the 28th, at the Sioux Falls Convention Center at SuperCon. It's going to be a fun day.
I am excited.
I think it'll be a good time.
It'll be a good time.
Dun, dun,
We got to talk
dun.
about the other stuff that's going on. We've met. No, that's all that's going on.
That's
It's
all
just
the time
us.
we've got today.
This is all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I'm talking to you, Billy Gunn. This is
Andy's
what
calling
matters.
out Billy Gunn because if you
You're,
don't,
you're gonna jump into that ring, push Richie aside, be like, "Fuck, I'm taking him on."
And you're gonna get destroyed.
you.
God, I know.
The reason he keeps bringing up the name Billy Gunn is because WWE Hall of Famer Billy Gunn will be at SuperCon this year. He will be taking part in Supermania 2, which is Friday at 7 o'clock at the Convention Center. Billy Gunn, live in action. Badass Billy Gunn from DX, New Age Outlaws.
You literally are like sounding right now like you're like fangirling right now, and you're not even gonna be there to watch him.
I might pop in for that
You're
one.
like, blah, 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 blah.
It's Friday night, you said?
Friday
I
night.
won't be there for that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, badass Billy Gunn will be there. I think that's fun. I grew up loving Billy Gunn, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. I want to talk to him while he's at the convention too.
Yeah, right? Be fun to, I don't know, it'd just be fun to, like, chat with him and be like, hey, by the way, you like movies?
Are you an ass man?
Are you an ass man?
Yeah, we're gonna try to get him on the show. We'll see what we can do while we're there. I do want to ask him what his favorite movie is.
Yeah.
And another question I just thought of as I'm like, I gotta think of some questions just in case we get him on the show. I want him to cast DX. Who would play
Ooh,
DX in a movie?
That would be great. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We'd play
I
ourselves.
think Chris Hemsworth would be a good Billy Gunn.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. Wait, he's the Thor guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. You're like the Thor guy, right? There's too many Hemsworth in there.
Well, there's like 13 Hemsworths acting, so I didn't know which one was
Yeah,
which.
put Chris Hemsworth as Triple H, and then put Liam Hemsworth as
Billy Gunn. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Somehow get the other brother in there.
He can play X-Pac or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So we've done half of it for him already. We just need Road Gun and Shawn Michaels. Did I say Road Gun? Road Dog.
You'd have
I
Shawn
think we
Michaels
can
play
just
Shawn
kill off Road
Michaels.
Dogg immediately.
Yeah, Shawn he's turned into an actor. He can
Yeah,
play
you just
himself.
have Shawn play Shawn. He just needs to get a wig after he's shaved off that hair.
Yep. All right, let's move on.
So bad.
Let's move on to the guest for this year. There is some film stuff going on this year. The first one let's start off with is voice actor Wally Wingert. He will be live there in person, signing autographs. He'll have a booth. He is most known for voicing characters such as Almighty, Tallest Red in Invader Zim, the Riddler in the Batman Arkham games, and Humpty Dumpty in Alice Through the Looking Glass.
His Riddler is a lot of fun.
Riddler's
that's a
great.
Really good
Yep.
vocal performance there.
Yeah, so that'll probably be what I would geek out about is
Yeah.
his Riddler. It's one of my favorite characters from the Arkham games. And,
Right.
Yeah.
We've already talked about what we're gonna, geek out over there.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
That's the real main event of this.
That is the main
Yeah.
event. Next,
Yeah, when security pulls him out, they'd be like, "Nope, you gotta go home, sir. You can't stop humping that thing."
anyway, the next guest that we that will be at SuperCon that we got to talk about here is Ian White. He is an actor. He is most known for his roles in Alien vs. Predator, Game of Thrones, Prometheus, Star Wars, amongst others.
I think I'm gonna geek out over Prometheus because I love that movie.
He played the engineer in Prometheus. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he definitely. I don't know how to describe what type of an actor he is. Like
It'd be a stuntman, wouldn't
It's
he?
kind of a stuntman, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any. Does he do any mocap work for some of those movies, like Game of Thrones? Is that mocap? Or?
Who was he in Game of Thrones?
Dongo the Doom Giant.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I think that is. It's a stunt, probably a stunt performer. Ooh.
Yeah, he's an actor.
Yeah,
He's
he's
still
an
an
actor.
actor.
Yeah.
Acting, it's still acting.
You're trying to figure him out is probably the exact same thing that Circus has been talking about for years about certain actors that don't get their the recognition they
Right.
deserve.
Right, and I think I'm full on board for. I think that the stunt team, there needs to be a stunt ensemble Oscar.
Well,
So.
and I don't necessarily want to necessarily put
Digital.
Oscar into the terms of this, but like all these different characters and people where you never see these people, their words are never even said, and
Right.
it's just automatically assumed. Well, you're not qualified for anything.
Yeah,
You know.
that's not right.
Exactly.
Not right.
Especially Circus.
Yeah.
Circus needs like 9,000 awards.
9,000.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Give
of
him
awards.
everything.
It's a lot of awards. Yeah. So I'll be excited because it's a freaking Predator there in person. Yeah.
That's not Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It is not Jean-Claude.
With the awesome original Predator.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to see at a con.
The con. And then the last couple guests that we got here, we got a couple Power Rangers showing up. Blake Foster, Sierra Hannah. Is that correct? How you say that name? Yeah.
It looks like it. It
Okay.
could be Kiara.
I
In this day and
apologize.
age, it could be, you pronounce it
That's
Bill.
Ciara.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Sierra?
that's what I was gonna say. Good joke. Good joke.
Yeah. So a couple Power Rangers will be there live in person
Which
signing
Power
autographs.
Rangers are these?
Power Rangers Turbo and Power Rangers Megaforce.
I think
Basically,
Sierra
after we
is the
stopped
Yellow
watching
Ranger.
as adults.
A Blue Ranger and a Yellow Ranger. I have not watched either one of those series.
No, I was going to say, the only Yellow Ranger that ever counted trans.
They need
Yeah.
to get the robot from the first series to come out to one of these.
Just the robot.
Just the robot.
Yeah.
Just the robot?
Yep.
Can we have
What
him
was
voiced
it,
by Bill
Alpha?
Hader again?
No, like
the
no,
movie?
from the series.
I know, but I just no.
No.
I want the robot, but I want Bill Hader
No,
voice.
I don't want that.
Have you watched that Power Rangers movie?
Yeah.
It's good.
It is good.
I like it. I do.
It's the best Power Rangers thing since the bootleg movie.
Oh my god.
God, I wish the
yeah.
bootleg would have happened.
Yeah.
I have not seen that.
So
It's great.
good.
Look it up. I think it's still on YouTube. It should be, yeah.
I think one of the places they like, if it's Vimeo or something like that, where it's you can get the unrated version because there's two versions of it. It's a lot. It's
What's in the unrated version?
a lot. It's a
Is
lot
it-
bloodier.
Is it a Paul Verhoeven movie or what?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Does the Yellow Ranger uncross her legs at a certain point in the movie? I will try and find it because I want my stuff just unedited. So
And it's bothering me that I can't think of the guy who directed that. He directed Bodied last year.
Joseph Kahn.
Yes.
No,
No,
no, that's
It's
not.
Joseph
That's
Kahn?
no.
Not that one?
No.
God, what's his name? Shakar. Adi Shakar? Is that right?
Here we go, hold on.
What am I thought Joseph Kahn did the little short film.
Okay, so no, you are correct.
Okay.
Where I was getting confused by
the
is
movie.
He's the producer.
Is he? No, the guy that
Adi
was-
Shankar.
He's got a lot of because the Adi Shankar, yeah, because he's the same one that did Punisher: Dirty Laundry.
Oh, yeah.
With Thomas Jane.
Yeah, that one
So
was fun,
that's
too.
where my brain automatically went
Yeah,
to
that
because
one was fun.
he's really good at trying to pull back some of these, getting these shorts together. Like, I would love to see a long version of
Thomas Jane
of Dirty Laundry,
Yeah.
bringing him and Ron
Since we're
Perlman.
on the topic of Joseph Kahn, everyone should go watch Bodied.
I want to.
'cause it's
I wanna see
amazing.
that, Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our attractions at this year's SuperCon. This is where more of the movie stuff comes in. Live will be live in person, the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
How much did they pay the DeLorean to show up?
I don't think they paid the car anything.
Oh, it's not Kit. Yeah, okay.
And it's not the original DeLorean.
This is cool. Oh, it's not the original DeLorean?
No, it's because there's like how many thousands of people that have put together and basically made their
So they
Screen
just-
they're
screen
good-
replica. of
Yeah,
the
They
car.
just found the closest guy and had him show up with his car,
yeah.
or what? Is this not from the movie or what?
It's not from the movie, but it is actually like a screen
It is-
replica
It is a
of the
full-on
car.
replica.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
You can actually travel through time in this car. So that's pretty cool. I think
I
that's
will
I
cool.
would
bring-
say that's definitely an attraction.
That's worth the price of
Yeah.
admission.
I will
show up
definitely
for that.
bring used bananas if that's the case. Isn't that what's used to power the
Yeah,
one person?
yeah.
Okay.
That's one of them.
whatever
I was making sure my joke landed. That's all I'm doing.
And leftover
I got you.
beer. Don't forget the leftover beer.
Which they sell at SiouxperCon.
Leftover beer. The next thing we got, this is what we're going to be geeking out about. The Green Goblin mask from Maximum Overdrive. This one is actually from the movie, so that is
I'll be
the
honest,
actual...
I might roll up to this playing Who Made Who by AC/DC.
Yes. Yes.
Have it on your phone.
Yeah.
Bluetooth speaker.
I have a Bluetooth speaker. I might bring it with me.
And the guy who owns that is like, God, not fucking again.
Not again.
One of these fans again.
Why didn't he play Those About to Rock, please?
Oh,
This is cool. It's kind of
I'm
like
excited
an
for
iconic
this.
thing from my childhood. So.
yeah. I think we should
The
all get
demented
coked out of our
childhood.
minds like Stephen
What's that?
King.
The demented childhood.
Well, I mean, it's from the
When
child.
we were kids, we should not have been watching movies like
it's,
this.
it's the child who was able to like sneak downstairs and watch TNT at 2 a.m. and Maximum Overdrive was on TV type of thing.
Yeah, this is one of those movies that as a kid, like, oh, I shouldn't be watching this, even though it's not that bad.
Right. But but as a kid, you don't know that.
Yeah, it sounds like Blake had the remote skills of, oh, nope, I hear somebody coming. Click. Change the channel.
I just never had the volume up.
The previous channel.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
that was the
Oh,
button to use.
yeah.
Previous
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
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 Just watching Sesame Street.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Why are you watching Sesame Street?
Because it's on. What?
Don't look at the next channel.
What?
Show me those trucks.
That's where you see what you do is you hit previous channel, then channel down, and then you can do then you do the previous.
There you go.
I have the life hacks for you.
Yeah, this is honestly the thing I'm most looking forward to, besides our stuff, obviously. It's just the giant green goblin.
Yeah.
It's
Now, is
Maximum
it going to
Overdrive.
be on a semi truck in there, or what is it?
No, I don't think. I think they've got like the replica of like the front of the truck.
Okay.
But they won't actually have the truck.
If it's
there.
just like a thing hanging on the wall, I want nothing to do with it.
Wow.
I'm just saying, like, I want to
Blake's
present.
interest, we watched it go from top drawer to trash can.
I'm just saying, like, if you wouldn't want like the front end of the DeLorean like on a wall, like, oh, here's the DeLorean. Like, you want the thing like immortalized the way it was, in the movie. So I hope it's somewhat like that on a truck. That's all I'm saying.
You want Emilio Estevez to show up
I
and
would
be like, yo,
I
Yeah.
love that
that would be pretty cool.
With the sleeveless shirt.
because then I can talk
There
to you
you
about
go.
how much I liked his movie Bobby.
That's huge, though. That head
It's
is
huge,
big.
and
Is that what it's going to be like?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Attached or not, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that could have probably made it better is that they're like, all right, you want to go see the head? We got to take the tour outside to go to the actual truck.
I suppose they can't put it on a truck in case it comes alive.
Just there, it's a safety precaution.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want them running over
There's
half
gonna
the
be kids
patrons.
there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can't kill kids like they do in the movie.
Oh, that's fucking creepy.
Isn't it like the soda machines shoot the drinks out too? Oh.
No soda.
It is.
No soda machines allowed.
Chucky.
A very Chucky Pennywise looking. What the fuck?
All right, boys. That is what is going on at SuperCon.
Yeah.
The Wrath of Khan.
The Wrath of Khan!
So is next year what's the next year's? Gonna
I
be
don't
called?
know.
They-
They usually they'll announce it at this year's con.
Yeah,
what the
usually.
next
What's,
title.
okay, so we need to guess on this because number 5 and what's in the series of Star Trek is the Final
It's not always
Frontier.
Star.
But
it's
it
not
wasn't-
always a Star
Right,
Trek, right?
right.
Because last
So
year,
what's
last year was a Star
Star
Wars
What's
reference.
Star Wars? What's the fifth movie?
Empire.
The Curse of Khan. The Curse of... Was it?
The Khan strikes
Revenge,
back.
Revenge of the Khan,
Revenge of the Khan.
The
I think
Khan
they did
strikes
that
back.
already.
Attack of the Clone Khan.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
The
No.
Khan Last Blood. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass now.
What's the 5th Friday the 13th movie?
Isn't it Dream
A new
Warriors?
begin. No,
That's Nightmare on Elm Street.
a new
Oh, yeah,
beginning.
sorry, my bad.
A Khan beginning. A new Khan.
A new Khan. We're terrible at this.
These are
They're not
awful.
going to hire
This
us.
is,
to
I'll
come up
say,
with
this is why they're not going to hire us.
They're
to
not
name
even
it.
going to invite us back next year. after that.
like, oh my
Well, no,
God,
because
come
they're
up
going
with
to have to
better
call
Khan
security
Warriors.
just get him off the goblin head.
Yeah. We're going to show up on Friday and they're going to be like, yeah, about you guys.
We listen to your show.
What if?
Yeah. We gave your booth to like...
This guy on the street.
We gave your booth to some sick kids.
Your booth is now being used as coolers for ice.
Yeah,
for,
and then
for pop.
that little panel you guys have, Billy Gunn just wanted to talk for an hour. So.
Yeah.
But I'll be like, show me Billy Gunn. I'm coming to get him.
Andy is just calling out Billy Gunn left and right here. Yes. So if Billy Gunn is listening to this show right now, Andy, The fat dude.
That would be so much fun.
Calling you
Yeah,
out.
fat dude. I'm the fat dude, Billy Gunn. I'm coming to get you.
And Andy goes on this whole 5-minute tirade, and then Billy Gunn's like, I don't know who you are.
You have a movie review off back and forth.
Yeah.
Ad Astra gets one taco, Billy Gunn.
You're my Ad Astra.
I'm gonna space monkey you, Billy Gunn.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow. I can't wait.
I'm going to Ad Astra your ass, Ad Astra.
What the hell did I walk into?
It's the intro. It started this whole thing.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
It will be fun.
Wow.
We won't be this funny in person, that's
No,
for sure. We'll be awkward and shy.
We'll be.
Except Andy.
Guys, speak for yourself.
I think what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna do is write everything down what I want to say, and then hand it to Andy, and he can say it. And then so I can hear Andy say I am wrong about Ad Astra.
I'm just not gonna read this one.
You're gonna have to get him real drunk.
That's right. That's right. Apparently there are drinks there. So
There are drinks there.
Probably not a good thing.
what if one of these
What the hell?
hardcore drinkers comes into our panel and they're like, "Look, I want to talk to you about Watchmen." We'll just have to roll with it, I guess.
That will be me.
How did Spider-Man
got something
2
to say.
not even make your countdown?
Oh no, you're gonna get that for
Where
Black
is
Panther
the Zack
first.
Snyder cut of Batman versus Superman?
Release the Snyder Cut.
I was curious if
Someone needs to bring...
Billy Zane's The Phantom was ever considered for this list.
It was considered and it got cut off.
You're not real fans.
Actually, no, I don't
Poor
think it
Billy
was.
Zane.
I think we've just eliminated a lot of people from coming to see
They're like,
this.
fuck these guys.
Yeah.
What the hell were these guys thinking?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we want to see you all there yet.
Yeah, before we insult an audience
Yeah.
even more.
It'll be fun. We won't shit on too many movies, I
yeah.
don't think.
And
I mean, it's
if we
16
do-
good movies I think we're going to
Trust
be
me,
talking
I will.
And if we
I'll
do boo us,
Yeah,
you know.
make it like the wrestling event that most of you have probably went to the night before. We want that type of crowd
Just
interaction.
Don't throw chairs.
Don't throw. You can throw your empty beer cans.
No, not even that. Really.
Oh,
Wow,
Okay,
you're just
empty
asking
paper
to
cups.
get mauled, aren't you?
we wanted it to be a big event, Brian.
Yeah.
We need the audience to be involved. If
Yeah.
they want to throw paper at us,
I want
lots
you. I
of
want you
paper.
to be able to survive so we can record the next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta have Andy's back, and he's going up against Billy Gunn here. I don't know what's gonna happen.
And I need to film it. So
I was gonna say then I stand by my previous statement. I need this shit being filmed then.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to not die because we have to record Sunday night too.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, we got a busy week going on. So
Give us money. I don't know why I said
Please,
that.
sir, can I have some more?
I don't know
You
why I
know,
said that.
you're not wrong.
I'm just saying I'll take money.
give us tacos at least.
Oh my god, that would be the best.
That would be great.
Just like a $5 gift card to Taco Bell or
Okay,
Taco
okay.
John's.
Just an FYI, Andy, you missed out on free tacos at my house on Saturday night.
Oh.
And they were really good. Just saying.
They were good.
I'm
All
so
right.
bummed I couldn't go either.
Boys, that's been the episode.
This is a lot of fun. We should just keep going.
just
keep
talk.
going?
Yeah.
Just randomly talk about things.
Things in life.
See if we can come up with a really good heel promo for me to deliver on Billy Gunn.
Yeah, I think you're getting close to it.
Does he still have long hair, like the bright blonde, kind of beach blonde?
It's still bleach blonde. It's not as long.
Listen here, beach boy. You come out here with your ass of steel. You want a piece of this, Billy Gunn?
Somebody's gonna get the fist thrown. Are you now? If I remember correctly, you're at 6 because I won't be there. So, are you sure you want the crazy one to show up?
Look.
Because then 5, then you're good with your numbers.
Crazier the better.
Yeah. Like, I'll watch some stuff and learn how
He'll
to
lay the smack down on their
That's right.
candy asses
That's right.
over there. Yes.
just bring it. BG.
BG.
Just bring it.
He's got it. He's got it down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
I just need a costume now.
God, he should have been here last week when Charlie was here.
That would have been fun. Andy, if you do have a costume, you need to go as something movie themed, though.
Yeah,
that
that's a
has
good
to be
point.
your costume.
He's supposed to go as
And
Mankind.
No, it's got to be movie themed. He can go as Brad Pitt from Ad Astra.
I'm going to attach a space monkey to my shoulder, and I'm going to make a metal surfboard to just kind of work my way through the asteroid field.
People are going to be like, "Why are you Silver Surfer with a monkey on your shoulder?"
Why
It's-
are you
it's
white
gonna be that-
Silver Surfer?
The amount of rage in me right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Steve Carell bit when he was on SNL where he was playing the astronaut and the monkey came out, it was all frozen and whatnot? We just didn't get the frozen monkey and put it up on his shoulder there.
All right, this has been fun.
Yeah.
This is a good time. This is a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where to go from this.
I have upset Blake. I have challenged Billy Gunn.
This is Andy's best appearance
I was
yet.
gonna say, this is probably my last episode, guys.
Best appearance, and he didn't blow out your ear this time.
Oh yeah,
Not this time, no.
Keeping the volume low.
Except for the promo. But
Well, yeah.
I get it. You were delivering
Yeah.
a promo. You have to be. You gotta bring it out.
It's that wrestling energy.
Yep.
Or what are they? Sports entertainment energy. That's what I got.
No, it's still wrestling.
It's
Fuck
wrestling.
sports entertainment.
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
It's fun.
All right, so let's do our usual plugs for this. Let's start off with Andy. What do you got going on? What are some of the latest reviews you got coming out?
Today, like literally, well, by the time you hear
You can
this,
skip a
today's
Ad
the
Astra
day.
review.
By the time you'll read this, or that you'll hear this, you'll see that I have posted my 4 taco review of Hustlers. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. It is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. And you can go back a few days prior to read my 1 taco Ad Astra review. Listen, my 1 taco review probably is a little harsh. I'm sure the movie at least deserved 2 tacos. Because technically, it's very pretty to look at, but it's like a.
So go back and rewatch it. Go spend your $8 and go rewatch it again.
I
I
am
think-
not spending
I
money
think-
on this movie ever.
I
again.
think what's happening is you have 2 strong opinions on both ends.
Yeah.
Which means you should just go see it.
Right.
I
And then
like
think
it.
for
I like
yourself.
it.
Right. And then I don't know. Maybe Nanny and I should talk about this sometime and
I'm-
throw it out in the universe. I don't know.
I think we need to set you both up in that wrestling ring at SuperCon, and you can duke it out over Ad Astra.
Hey, I'm still thinking, a real quick spin-off episode of Gentleman's Debate.
There's
Sorry.
no debate, just like a discussion
Yeah,
on
just a chat.
where we sit with this.
Just a little happy chat. That's all.
You can easily
yeah,
fill a half
so-
an hour with
I
what
still
sounds
say you
like.
should read Andy's review.
Yes, read Andy's review.
All my shit talking is in love. So.
Yeah, and you can find my reviews on Facebook and Instagram just at Fat Dude Digs Flicks. There will be a video coming up, hopefully sometime in the next week, talking about my 5 favorite cult movies. Not movies about cults. Like
You
we
were
talked
on that
about.
episode, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is one about cult movies like Rocky Horror Picture Show and The Room and stuff like that. Talk about some movies that I really love that are kind of... cult movies are tough now because everybody likes everything. So
Everything's turning into a cult-esque movie.
Yeah, because everyone has their own pockets of what they like.
Exactly.
So just 5 kind of weird movies that I really enjoy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you planning on seeing anything else in the theaters coming up? Are you planning to see Rambo?
Maybe. I just got to find the time to do it. I think I'm going to try and see Peanut Butter Falcon one more time while it's still in theaters, which is my absolute favorite movie of the year so far. And then, next weekend is Abominable, so probably not. Probably not going to see.
And then Joker.
Yeah, I will definitely be seeing Joker when that comes out.
All right, awesome. You can find Andy at Fat Dude Digs Flicks. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Everywhere your social media is found.
Do you have MySpace?
I don't have a MySpace anymore. No.
I don't think anybody has a
It's
MySpace.
still up,
Tom
though.
still has a MySpace, but that's about it.
Yeah. All right, so follow Andy, Fat Dude Digs Flicks. He'll be on very shortly on a couple of future episodes.
Yeah.
Little tease. Blake has no idea. Like,
I
what the
do.
fuck you
I'm
talking
just,
about?
yeah.
Halloween episodes, yes. We got to plug. I guess we can still plug this if you're listening to this on the date that this is happening. September 25th will be the Sioux Falls Film Community Meetup. at Full Circle Book Co-op, 8 o'clock. We want to see you there. Come talk to us. There might be some Ad Astra debates at this, I think.
It's going to be everybody against me. The whole room is going to turn on me so fast.
Andy versus the world.
That's right.
I think
Yep.
Andy better get his wrestling costume figured out before.
I'll wear it on Wednesday.
You can check out the latest episode of The Killer Countdown, where we rank every single Rob Zombie movie that is out right now. We talk about all of them, from House of a Thousand Corpses all the way up to 3 from Hell.
I think we're gonna upset some. I think I'm gonna upset some people with that list.
It was a fun list to do, and I think there's so many different ways that could have gone, and it did. It went one way.
The way I did not
Yeah.
expect it to. And that's
It was fun. It was fun.
LB still for the win.
We're not gonna say.
We're not going to say. You have to listen to the episode. You can check out our interview with writer-director Stephen Cognetti and producer Joe Bandelli of Hull House LLC, the entire trilogy. You can check that out. That'll be up on the Backslot 605 website and anything or anywhere that this podcast can be found. And where are my notes? Also check out Andy at Fat Dude Digs Flicks, of course, and check out Corey Jacobson from Somewhat Random Movie Collection on Instagram. He was busy the other day. Dropped 3 reviews in one day.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Instagram things to follow.
Running around town taking pictures.
Yeah, he gets to show off Sioux Falls and the weird ass movies that he watches, and I love it.
He finds them.
Yeah, so you can check out him on Instagram at Somewhat Random Movie Collection. Also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. Check out backlot605.com for our latest movie news, reviews, discussions. Literally anything we do is on the website. And finally, check out the Sioux Falls Film Community Group on Facebook. You can find it under our Groups tab on our Facebook page and join the conversation there. Woo!
Woo!
You feel better?
I feel better. That was it.
Good plugs. Good plugs.
We need to make less friends so we don't have to plug so much.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all right. We'll have this SuperCon event coming up.
I think this is the last
people
time
hate us.
Andy should be on.
Making friends.
Yes.
Making friends.
All right, guys. Thank you all again for listening. Next week's episode will be that live episode from SuperCon. That will come out next Wednesday. And so, yeah, if you're there in person, awesome. Come root or boo or cheer, whatever the hell you want to do. And you'll have full access to that podcast next week on next week's show. Yes.
Yes.
All right, guys. So we got it. We should get going here. We got to prep for SuperCon.
I need to go to bed.
Time to sleep. Time to eat my vitamins. Time to train.
Say your prayers.
Time to say my prayers.
I have 3 montages.
Time to lift some weights.
I have 3 montages to shoot.
Time to work on a killer promo. Time to bring Billy Gunn to the ground.
I think we need to stop this and figure out where Andy's hatred of Billy Gunn comes from.
I think it's a love.
I'm getting nervous.
You know, the moment that he threw Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie in a dumpster and pushed them off a stage, it was done for.
Done, yeah.
Yeah, and when I decided at that moment when I grew up and I became badass enough.
When he became a film critic.
When I became a film critic who doesn't like to walk anywhere, I decided I was going to talk really sternly to Billy Gunn. So in that case, bring it on, badass.
We need to film Andy going up and talking to Billy Gunn this weekend.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
I think
has
so.
to happen.
It'll
We,
be so
we might need
different.
to
It'll be
empty
like-
the memory in our phones, make sure we have enough room
for this
for this
throwdown.
entire
I am
weekend.
deleting every video of my daughter just so.
You might want to talk to your wife, make sure that shit's backed up.
She's got her own. She's on her own. on
This is
one.
more important.
This is important.
All right, boys. This has been it. We got to get going and prep for this
Yeah.
SuperCon event. So thank you all once again for listening. Blake, thank you for being on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy, thank you once again. You will be back. You are obviously always welcome on the show.
Just
you so
don't
much.
invite me back when he's here.
We are going to separate these two for a
We'll
little
have
while.
a divider between Blake and I from now on.
Just a wall.
We'll just put Brian between us. It'll be all right.
All right, Brian. Are we ready
Are we ready for what?
for SuperCon?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Green Goblin head all the way.
Yes.
That's all I care about. And our stuff. Definitely check
I
it
can't
out.
wait to see Willem Dafoe's giant head.
Just a giant Defoe head. All right, thank you all once again for listening. SuperCon, once again, is September 27th through the 29th at the Sioux Falls Convention Center. Tickets are $15 at the door. You can go buy them there, buy them early. Do that. Come stop at our booth. Come check out our movie screenings and our live podcast with Andy from Fat Dude Digs Flicks and the boys from Wednesday Comics. It's going to be a ton of fun. And thank you all once again for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Backlot of South Dakota.
Coming for you, Bully Gun.